I just had a nightmare. You know what? They genuinely are few and far between at the moment, which is a good thing because they used to be every night. So that's something I'm grateful for. Hence the crazy hair. But thankfully I have therapy today for the first time in 2 months. I feel like I'm doing this to myself. It's so annoying. So annoying. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I feel like when I have nightmares and stuff, I feel really unsafe. So, like, do you ever just feel unsafe in your own body? Like, I don't feel afraid of myself or anything like that. I just feel unsafe. So I was like, I should go to this cafe today. That's not my usual cafe, because they have like these amazing sofas that I get so comfortable on because of my chronic illness. So I'm like, I can work there from literally 9 to 5 if I wanted to. But when I feel unsafe, I can't do anything that's like even slightly unusual for me. So I'll be going to my local, which is fine, I'm not complaining. It's just they don't have any seats with backs. So I'm gonna have to ask them to see if they have any today. Put in a suggestion, who knows, maybe they start getting chairs with backs and I make loads of new customers come in because it's really uncomfortable. But they do make the best coffee. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's such a weird feeling. Because it's like I'm not depressed. I'm not at all where I used to be. You know, every day I was on the bathroom floor crying, literally wanting to end it all. I was in the most toxic, emotionally abusive relationship. To the point where I like literally, I thought, this is so bad, I downloaded Snapchat again because there was like these memories on there that I was trying to find. And I was like deleting a bunch of stuff on there because it was so pointless. And I just saw all the crap that I filmed or took pictures or whatever and said during those years. And I was like, I thought back then that to a degree I loved myself, and then like all of the stuff that I'd taken was about me feeling ugly. And I was like, I don't remember that. I know why I was made to feel that way, because I was cheated on several times. I know exactly why. I know where that came from. But those thoughts in my brain, I don't remember having. Wow. Oh, the nightmare is still with me, so I just want to like, you know, when you just feel like you want to scrub it off you, something like that. Well, I'm gonna go work in the coffee shop because if I stay in here today, I will fucking lose my mind. and then therapy tonight. Yay! So I went to therapy yesterday. Yeah, that was entertaining. One thing I kind of took away from it was something my therapist said, which was anxiety is worry. And it's like, yeah, duh. But with OCD and PTSD and just all of it really, your anxiety can really feel like impending doom and everything's gonna go wrong, everything's gonna go bad, blah blah blah, and it's like, wow, slow down please. So it was like she was saying scientifically anxiety is just caused by the emotion of worry, and I was like, oh, okay. She's not wrong. And I wanted to like journal today because I realized that there's a lot of shit still that I wanna talk through with this person, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen, because although we're on civil terms, I don't think I'm really gonna ever have the opportunity to turn around and be like, hey, so you gave me PTSD. And you'd think they'd be aware, but no. So I'm gonna journal, and I was like, oh, I'll come home. I've been at a cafe working all day. I was like, I'll come home, I'll sit at my desk, put something on that I want to watch and journal whilst having tea. And realistically, I am so tired and I'm literally about to, like, you know that feeling when you're about to shit yourself? That's how I feel right now, because all I've had today is coffee. I've had food, but drink wise I haven't had any water. And so more caffeine right this moment is not a great idea. And it's also really way too hot for tea right now. I'm burning and I don't want to sit in the chair anymore. I want to lie in bed. So I'm gonna journal, but in bed with water. We're adjusting. My OCD doesn't really know what that word means. Yeah, it's just, it was like she did this thing of like, my therapist was like, break it down to see what the worry is, and then from the worry you can kind of sit with that and then break that down, and you know, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, but no thanks. Because every time I broke it down I was like, it makes like, this is stemming from this feeling and this emotion and this, and then it's like, I don't want to feel that, because that feeling that makes me feel like that person still has control over me, and I hate that. So I'd rather just be like, I'm not feeling shit, and that's just not accurate. So yeah, I'm just not in a mood to like, I don't know, I want to talk about it, and then I'm also like, nothing that you say in response could ever make up for the shit that I feel. Nothing that you do could make up for it, so what's the point? And that's fine. I prefer that, to be honest, because that also feels like I'm making that decision, which was always taken from me in that relationship. So I'm like, I'd rather just journal about it and journal about how I feel and break down the anxieties and worries in my journal than speak about it, because at least that way I can kind of figure shit out by myself, which I've always preferred to do. Yeah, as you can tell, my head's just one big fucking scramble at the moment. Not fun. I wish there was just kind of like an end point, you know? It just seems so never-ending, and it's so annoying. It's like, I feel this way within an emotionally abusive ex essentially, and imagine feeling this way with like someone who TW but like physically abused you or stalked you or R-worded you. It's like I can't even imagine that, and it's like this is so horrible because you just want it when it's over, you want it to be over, but it's never over. Like the effects of it, it's never over. The feeling, the trauma, it's just never, it feels never ending. I'm sure, you know, in 20 years time it will really just be a fragment in comparison to all consuming, but it's just not at that point yet. And it's really frustrating because also my therapist is like, how are you gonna get to the points that you want to get to if you don't focus on and prioritize your mental health? And I was like, shut up. Shut up. Because basically life is really good and it's just PTSD that's fucking me up the arse. So it's like really frustrating because like today work has been just amazing, really good news, really good stuff going on, I'm doing great, and then you have like a bit of anxiety and then you're like, okay, day over. Yeah, thanks guys, thanks. And also I don't want this person to know that they've fucked me up this bad, because I feel like that gives them power. Even if it doesn't, it just feels that way. And it's like, you are literally the most powerless, cowardice little bitch of a man ever to be created on this earth, and I don't ever want you to feel powerful around me, ever. I literally had it, okay, this is proof of this, okay, because last night I had a dream. It was a really good dream. I can't even remember most of it, but I just remember I was in myself, like, you know, when you can see things out of your eyes, and I was like dressed up like a badass, like seriously sexiest motherfucker going, and I was acting in a certain way that I just, in my head is how I act, but I can't be that way socially. It would just make me very, I would come across as a cunt basically, you know. And I think we all have an inner cunt, and that inner cunt basically really desperately wanted to get out. She was saying everything she wanted to say, she was hurting bitches left and right, but she was also making bitches laugh. And it was like, it was really weird because it was like there was strangers, friends, and then like celebrities, and it was like I was the same with everyone. Basically I just want to be my inner cunt. Oh, if only, if only. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I also have to remind myself that I'm gonna get, no, I don't like that phrasing, that I am, yeah, I am going to improve slowly. Because not a lot of actually, but some of my tendencies are quite harmful. Essentially it's like self-harm, but it's nothing physical, but you know, just emotionally torturing myself. And it's like I don't want to do that to myself anymore. But also, like, at what point do I get tired enough to draw the line? Because it ain't right now. But yeah, I just have to realise that small steps, baby steps. And also I've done it once before, I can do it again. It feels like a relapse of PTSD basically. That's all it feels like. It's like you heal it and then it comes back, and then you heal it and then it comes back, and that's really frustrating because although healing is not linear by any means, and I've always known that, it's also like, yeah, but if it gets better, is it meant to get worse? Because if I've done that work, shouldn't the effects of that work maintain itself? And you never stop doing the work when you've got PTSD. So yeah, that's where my head's at. I'm gonna finish some work and probably journal. at some point. Well, I would like to, but let's see how I feel. So this is your sign to go to therapy and have an existential crisis. I journaled. Leave me alone. I did it. I did 2 pages. And it felt good, even though I feel like, I don't know, like you want it to feel better than it does. You want it to solve something, but that's not how that works. But it still felt good, so I'm gonna try to continue. You can hold me accountable for journaling. I'll let you. Yeah, so that's been this week with PTSD. Sorry, that's a really funny sentence. This week with PTSD. So I will probably make another one of these at some point. But I just wanted to show the realistic kind of emotions and shit that you go through, as always, on my channel. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.